We have definitely not solved all the problems, but it's getting better.
When you should have the majority in the Danish parliament, what measures would you take first?
Well, we would definitely strengthen the possibilities of excluding people from out of the country.
How many?
Well, that's up to the judges to decide. But right now we are bound by several regulations that make it almost impossible, even for hard criminals who have committed numerous criminal offences, to get them out of the country. That's a huge problem. Firstly, because they stay here.
They don't go to jail, but you want them out of the country.
Of course. I mean, you should really do something very bad, like killing somebody or so, to get excluded. And I think that we should make a much more clear example that we do not tolerate any sort of criminal offences by migrants in general, or people who are not citizens, and we should be much more harsh on that. And that would be an area where we definitely would strengthen if we had the chances.
You don't do that with the Danish people. Why should you do that with the immigrants?
Well, first of all, because there is a difference between having Danish citizenship and not having Danish citizenship. If there were no difference, it wouldn't matter to have it. Then everybody in the world could just come here and be equally, dealt with in the same way. So, of course, there is a difference. You also have a difference in who do you grant welfare payment to, who do you give the right to vote, and so on and so forth. If there is no...
But I know Denmark as a country which promotes equality and human rights. Why should you differ?
But there is no contradiction in promoting equality or human rights and saying that there is the group of citizens that belong to this country who can, of course, not be expelled or kicked out because they own the country, so to speak. And then there are some who don't and who might desire to become a part of that. Then they have all the chances in the world if they want to become Danish citizens. But as long as they are not, they will be dealt with in another way. I mean, it's the same way you deal with your family probably in another way than you deal with your neighbor and the people living in the next town.
And immigrants are no family?
Well, no. I mean, people who you don't know, you don't deal with as people as whom you are married to. Of course not.
You think it's a strange question?
Yes, I think it's a strange question. It sounds something. It's a question that is based upon the thought that every person should be entitled to the same treatment in each country of the world. And if you would...
Well, citizens are equal.
Yes, but who are citizens and who are not citizens? I mean,
people who live and work here.
No, citizens is somebody being granted citizenship. Those two words are quite linked together.
And how can you become a Danish citizen?
Well, if you apply for it and you learn the language and you live here for a certain amount of years.
You have a job?
Yes. Well, that's not a full criteria. You don't have to work. But, of course, there is a that is being promoted, obviously. There are specific criteria for becoming Danish citizen, and everybody can apply for that.
Solidarity is a feeling that is only extended to people who behave the same way as you do.